Scored in the last few seconds of the game to make it 4-2. But the truth is that as City head back to the UK, they will be feeling very, very pleased with themselves. And when you think of the players who haven't even been out on this US tour, the fact is they've drawn one, they've won one, and they've narrowly lost two others with a largely youthful squad, and everyone who needed to get minutes has, and Haaland has been banging in goals. Oscar Bob's been outstanding as well. Hard to think of a negative, and that's been brilliant. Final score here in Ohio as City complete a really good US tour. They've beaten Chelsea by 4-2. Well, let's go back to the studio where Natalie will be in the company of Steve Howey and Nicky Weaver, and I wonder who's won the bingo.
Thank you, Ali Mann and Kit Simons. Ali, if you could see the look on everybody's faces in the studio currently.
Look at that smile. It's ridiculous.
You would know who won the bingo.
Right at the end, it all changed.
We're going to fill the bingo sheet in. We've got some things to circle and check off. We're going to do that in just a minute. Welcome back to Matchday Live, where City have beaten Chelsea 4-2 in our final pre-season friendly in America. Really, really good game for City. Remember as well, extremely youthful side from Manchester City. And I think it's fair to say, very experienced Chelsea side. So it's been a wonderful night for our youth players and many of our senior players as well. So beaming smile for the bingo and beaming smile for the game as well. Still joined by Steve Howey and by Nicky Weaver. How would you sum up that game, Steve?
I thought City did ever so well. I think the manager would be pleased. I think the players themselves and individually would be pleased. I think they'd be pleased as a group. If you look at City as a whole, yes, they've pressed well, but ultimately when they've had those chances, they've been clinical. And punished them and 4-0 up at one stage. Yes, Chelsea have gotten the 2 late goals back, but at the same time, I think given the fact of the Celtic game, the Milan game, and the Barcelona game, yes, they've conceded goals. Maybe not have won them, but I definitely think there's always that improvement, and it's shown there tonight.
I love the fact as well that, I mean, we made 11 substitutions with none of us got on the bingo. Did you? I would love to know. We made 11 substitutions, including Scott Carson coming on, but lots of the young players that had come out who hadn't had any minutes yet got minutes as well. And it was just wonderful at the end of the pitch to see so many of them getting the experience. Yeah,
lovely for them. I mean, it's been a long tour for them. They've been there for a good couple of weeks, so to finish with a win's great. For everyone to get on the pitch is great, particularly for the young lads to get on. I mean, we sort of lost count of subs at the end, didn't we? We couldn't work out who was going where and what was happening. But yeah, fantastic end to the tour. There'll be some huge experience for the young players there, learning off the senior pros. Just looked like one little injury to Wilson Esbrand. Hopefully it's not too serious, so that's a plus. So yeah, it's been a successful tour and nice to finish with a win.
We're going to be going back over to pitchside with FG, Sean Wright and Joleon Lescott very shortly as well. We'll hear their thoughts. But loads of plus points to take from this game. The first one I'm going to take as well, Steve, is another hat-trick for Erling Haaland. Another one, another match ball to add to his endless number of shelves that he's got with them now. Yeah,
he's a goal machine, isn't he? I mean, really think about it, in the game as a whole, was he massively involved? No, not really. But I think for a striker, yes, of course, you want him to do stuff outside the box, but you buy a striker to score goals. That's what he did. Every chance that he gets, he makes the goalkeeper work for the vast majority of these times. But what has he had? I would say he's had 3 chances, really. Has he had 4? I don't think he's had 4, probably 3 chances, 3 goals.
It's absolutely fine with me, Erling. You can do that all season, mate. 3 chances in every game with 3 goals, and we'll all be very, very happy. Right, we're going to get back over now to pitchside with FG, Sean Wright-Phillips and Joleon Lescott.
Yes, thank you very much. Manchester City 4-2 winners in our last game of the US tour. Joleon, a hat-trick for Erling Haaland.
Yeah, positive performance, more collective all round, out of position as well. But yeah, well, great way to end the tour.
Definitely a great way to end the tour. This has been coming as well, hasn't it, Sean? Because we've sort of seen the development and the sharpness of the players throughout the tour.
Yeah, most definitely. I think especially with the younger players, you've seen that progression, you've seen how they've handled the occasion, and if you saw them in this game, you wouldn't realise that they're necessarily that young, apart from a few decisions that they might have made. So for me, they've done tremendous, and it's great to see the senior players really, in more ways, come through unscathed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the most important thing. We also saw debuts for the likes of Justin Abodo, who hasn't played on tour yet, but every player got a go today, and it was nice.
Yeah, every player can go home feeling satisfied. Some debuts in there, so it's great that every player's got minutes now, and obviously they experienced first team level. And as I said, he was against a strong Chelsea team. I think there was only missing Cole Palmer, so they can take a lot of pride out of that performance as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea to come in the league, of course, it's Community Shield next. Let's talk about Oscar Bob, because he's been fantastic all tour, and what a way to seal it off for him with that goal, Sean.
They just couldn't. No one's been able to live with him since we've been away on pre-season, and you saw him there twisting and turning, where he takes Levi down the line, which for me he shouldn't be able to do. But he's agile movement on his body. He's so fantastic to watch him. These nice little touches he does when he comes in field. If he keeps progressing away, we're going to have another masterpiece on our hands.
Well, it looks like the Man City Academy are still doing great things, and hopefully it'll continue. Joleon, let's have a word on the whole atmosphere in this stadium and in the US throughout the tour.
Yeah, probably this is what I'm saying. This is the probably most enthusiastic atmosphere. Obviously, the largest crowd that we've had, I think, 71,000. So credit to all of them. A lot of locals as well. So a credit to everyone for coming out.
Yeah, massive credit to the club as well for growing so much. So it's Community Shield next, Sean. A couple of days off for the players, I imagine, and then straight back to work.
They're never really off now from this moment on. I think even those couple of days off, some of the players will be thinking about that game coming up and trying to get that body adjusted away from like the jet lag and stuff. So yeah, it should be an interesting game, and it's another chance for some of these young lads to showcase their abilities again.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting season. Joleon, before we head back, what's been your moment of the US tour for you personally?
Oh, personally, probably say the Yankee Stadium. That was an iconic stadium, so probably going there, watching the team play there. So yeah, say the Yankee Stadium, New York.
And Sean, what about for you?
Taking Joleon on roller coasters at the theme park.
Yeah, well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys for such amazing coverage here in the US. Thanks to City for flying us out here, and thank you to everyone in the studio, in particular Nat. I think we're best mates now. We're ending the tour with best mates. We'll see you at the Community Shield.
Of course we are, FG. Absolute bezies there, me and FG. Travel home safe, guys. And FG is going to be doing some sort of mad transportation because he's going to be hosting the event tomorrow, the unveiling event of Silvino and of Miedemar that will be taking place at 2 p.m. UK time tomorrow. You can, of course, watch it here as well. So, City have beaten Chelsea 4-2. And let's have a little look now at our bingo cards. So, how did you get on with your bingo card? Right, I am using, just for reference, so that nobody gets upset, the stats from the official Manchester City website. So let's fill them in, gents. Nobody got the full-time score, nobody got the half-time score, and nobody got the time of the first goal. OK, we're going to accept that. Total subs used, 11. Nobody got that. We had 6, 7 and 6. We had first goal scorer, that was Steve and I got Erling Haaland. Number of corners, you ready for this, gents? 3. So I was close with 4, 5, and Nick, 9. You were miles off, mate. So nobody got the corners. OK, shots on target. The shots on target were 7, 7, 7. So I get the 7, nothing there, and nothing there. Wow, Nicky Weaver's having a stinker. Right, first assist, nobody got it, but we gave Steve it out of pity. That was Jack
That's
Grealish.
shocking. It was a proper assist. He meant it.
We gave him after VAR. I did go with you on that. I'm only joking. Number of yellow cards. I don't know who got it, but I want to thank the one player who got the yellow card tonight. James McAtee, I love you. Because, yes, 1 yellow card, 2 and 2. So that means, Nicky, we'll start at the bottom. You had a stinker. What happened, mate?
I never liked bingo anyway, so I'll just let you two take the glory there.
Do you know what? I would have been level, because it was 7 subs, and then Pep just went crazy and brought everybody on.
Yeah, but you had a dodgy one anyway, didn't you?
I didn't have a dodgy one. That came from upstairs, so that would have been. I'm not
having that.
Then I would have won because I had 2 in one line.
You're trying to bully us again. It's just it's never been an assist, has it?
Did it hit him last?
It's not an assist. I can have assist for a penalty.
It's whoever plays the ball next.
He's not assisted the goal, has it?
Well, a penalty, he can't help it if he got fouled.
I feel like this is going to go on all night because it has been going on for the last 90 minutes. So 2 there for Steve on our bingo card. And nobody got a line, but I got 3 of the 9, so it is a bingo victory for me. And if you think professional footballers are competitive, you want to see professional presenters. We are the worst. So I'll be gloating about this for weeks and weeks, but absolutely loved that. How did you get on with your bingo cards at home? Do let us know. Hope that you enjoyed that as well. And yeah, thank you for the social media team for putting a clip of me doing some awful dancing, you know, on the Instagram with all those millions. Oh, brilliant. No, this is great news. We've got more. Brilliant. We're getting it. Yeah, no, I don't think we've got... Oh, no, we have.
Nobody went to full-time score, but you can still win the bingo.
Nobody's got it. Nobody went for more than 3. So no one's getting the full-time score. No one got the half-time score. No one got the time of the first goal. It's all on corners and subs.
It's not looking good, is it? Let's be honest.
Shots on target, subs and corners. Shots on target, subs and corners.
Do that again now.
Shots on target, subs and corners. Shots on target, subs and corners.
Tager's come off, Carson's come on, Haaland's come off, Bowadill's come on, Wright's come on, and Kovacic has come off.
I thought I was going to get that subs.
Good to see Justin Aboado.
Is it 6 or is it 7?
7 subs! We've got to make another sub in the next 10 minutes. Nick, I can't handle this if we don't.
I can't. And he's still on for the corners as well, Press.
I'm on for yellow cards.
You're
I'm on for along with Night, I think.
A bit of a man.
As will his manager, I think 78, 79.
I never like bingo anyway.
Best game of the world.
It's rubbish game.
At the end, if I've got most, I just go bingo!
Yeah.
House!
Sister!
Oh, God. Yeah, we were taking it very seriously. We spent a lot of time talking about it throughout the first half, and you're never going to get that chance to do bingo on Matchday Live. Sorry, Steve.
I know, it's unfortunate, but that was close. Just one of the, do you know what? I was beaten by the better person.
Thanks a lot, Steve. It's true. Definitely.
I have got my fingers crossed. But there we go.
I really enjoyed that, as you can tell, and I did really enjoy the game tonight as well. That is 4 pre-season games in America, and the last one finishing with a victory. So we've got second half goals to talk through now. So City were 2-0 at half-time, and we made it 3-0. Oscar Bob in the 55th minute. What a beautiful finish for Oscar Bob, Nicky.
Yeah, we spoke about him before the game. Probably been the best player on tour. I think it's McAtee gets it, slips him in here. Can go either way, chops back on his left, then I think the goalkeeper thinks he's going to go in the far corner, pulls it into the near corner. It's a fantastic individual goal, and it was well deserved from him. But again, Chelsea giving the ball away, McAtee breaks away, sort of waits there. I think it's Colwell. Oscar Bob gets it. I think the defender's got to try and show him down the line, lets him inside, back in the near post. Great finish.
Thank goodness he scored, by the way, Steve, because there was a couple of players completely on their own. Jack Grealish at the top, you can see him calling for it. And then is it Kovacic that runs in, who's on his own as well? So thank goodness he scored that one.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at it, though, closely, it's difficult to actually give it to Grealish unless he comes and takes another touch and comes out and then passes it. But what he does really well, he uses the defender, and I think he knows he's going to put it through the goalkeeper to the defender's legs. Goalkeeper's got really no chance when that happens, but clever thinking, sharp finish, good goal.
We mentioned it before the game as well. He's really had a standout pre-season. He's really taken this opportunity. Absolutely.
I think one of the questions might have been at the very start about would he start in the Community Shield. I think he will. I think Waves was sort of saying about some of the players, they're not coming back till whenever they are. Are they going to be ready to start? Probably not. But for him, for the tour that he's had, I think he's been absolutely excellent. So I'd be very, very surprised if he's not in the starting 11.
73 seconds later, and City got their 4th goal, and Erling Haaland's 3rd of the day, his first hat-trick of this new season. I love an Erling Haaland hat-trick. Just 73 minutes later, again, it feels like a bit of an example, Nicky, of how on it City were today. They weren't sitting back, they weren't resting, they were hassling, they were chasing, they were on it straight away. 73 seconds after the goal. It's brilliant, isn't it?
It could be forgiven for sitting back and just having a little breather, but again, you know, they forced Chelsea into a mistake. It's another assist from McAtee. A great finish from Haaland, gets it on his on his favoured left foot, gets his body in between himself and the defender, and once he gets in that position, he's not really going to miss. And again, another hat-trick for him, and he's just, he's ruthless in front of goal, and his hunger for goals is incredible, and I'm sure he's going to go on to get some incredible numbers this season as well.
Oh, I hope so. And it sends an anonymous? That's not a word, is it? You know what I'm trying to say?
Ominous.
Ominous.
An ominous.
It's late.
Ominous.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK. It sends that message to the rest of the Premier League, because I think that is 5 goals for him in the 4 pre-season games. I
think it just, kind of confirms to everybody, which everybody knew anyway, he's pretty much deadly, as Waves has pointed out there, which is absolutely spot on. When the ball comes to him, he touches it to his left foot, so the defender that's closest to him can't get to it. If he has it on his right foot, the defender might get a little bit of a nick in it. But once he's done that, he opens his body up. He can hit it where he hits it, or if he wants, he can give the goalkeeper eyes and whip it across. But clinical, as always.
Clinical, I love it. Now, Chelsea did get some goals back, and we talked before the game about Sterling being on the bench, and if he came on, he'd be a real attacking threat for Chelsea. Well, he did come on at half-time, and he did score for them in the 59th minute to make it 4-1 to City. So we're going to have a look at that goal now, and Nicky, some finish by Sterling.
Yeah, it's a fantastic play down the wing, a great in cross, and it's on his, weaker left foot, and, it could have gone anywhere, and he's got a great connection with it. He sort of guided it in with his side foot, so he's kept his eye on the ball. Difficult skill of volley, particularly when the ball's coming across you on your weaker foot. And it's a great finish from him. And listen, he scored heaps of goals for City, and he scored plenty for Chelsea, and that's a great finish from him. He's kept his eye on it. Rico Lewis is trying to put the pressure on, and he just guides it into the corner, and Ortega's got no chance.
Yeah, lovely finish there by Sterling. Chelsea did get another one. It wasn't until right at the end of the second half, the 89th minute. Let's have a look at that one now. So it was right at the end of the game. A lovely ball there as well, to be fair, down the right-hand side of the wing. What did you make of this finish, Steve, in particular sort of looking at the City defence and keeper?
If you look at every goal is the team that conceded the goal give the ball away. And I think this is, again, give the ball away. It's just a quick ball over the top. Obviously, you've got players that are a little bit tired, but he kind of opens himself up. I don't think Carson can do a great deal about it. Yes, you've got the centre-half coming across, trying to slide and cut that out, but it's a good finish. I mean, they have had kind of a couple of chances. You are going to get chances, especially towards the end of the game, especially when everybody's tired. But I think the positive news for the manager is that they've come away from this. Everybody seems to be fit, apart from the player in the first half. But in all fairness, it's not one of his main players as such. And he's given some young lads some brilliant experience.
And so it finishes in America 4-2 to City, and that is the end of the American pre-season tour. Very shortly, the players will be off to the airport and flying back home to Manchester. As we look ahead, a week today, it is Saturday, isn't it? Clicking into Sunday now. On Saturday, it is the Community Shield, City facing Manchester United at Wembley. And then a week after that, the Premier League is back. Of course, we're taking on Chelsea again. That is at Stamford Bridge for our opening game of the Premier League season. So 4 pre-season games. We keep saying, Nicky, we keep repeating that majority of the first-team squad have not been there. Given what you've seen on this pre-season tour, how are you feeling ahead of the Community Shield game? Are the players going to be ready, at least the ones that you've seen?
Yeah, they'll be more ready. They've had a tough trip there, but they've played 4 games. Let's get back now. I'm sure they'll have a couple of days off. Get back to preparing for next weekend's game. And I think we'll start to see a starting 11 that might be pretty similar to the one the week after against Chelsea, because the players that come back who have played right to the end of the Euros, they might not be ready for the first game of the season. So, yeah, a lot of players have staked the claim for a place next week. And, yeah, hopefully it's a good game and one that, City come out on top again.
Please, please. Can't start the season like that, please. Then a week after, it's back to the Premier League, and we play Chelsea again, as we say, at Stamford Bridge. But are you expecting a very different look from both sides?
I wouldn't see a massively different look from Chelsea's side, if I'm being brutally honest. I mean, if you look at their team towards the end, it's quite strong. And you look at City's team, and they've got a lot of kids on in the 11. Yes, there's an awful lot of the lads to come back. It'll be interesting to see what the manager does, because I don't think they're going to have a great deal of time to have training to play. So that'll be very interesting to see what the manager's selection is for that. But so I think, you know, you're looking at both teams. I think they'll be not far away from where they were at the back end of the game. But I think City, you could have a couple of changes.
Yeah, and it's Chelsea at Stamford Bridge is the opening game of the season for us. A first home game of the season is against Ipswich, obviously newly promoted Ipswich. It's a tough couple of games that to start the season, Nick.
Yeah, obviously Stamford Bridge at any part of the season is always really tough. Obviously, I think it was 4-4 last year there, a thrilling game. So it's always tough going to Stamford Bridge. It's always dangerous as well playing the newly promoted team. The first home game of the season. But listen, you would expect... There have been slow starters over the last... not so much the last 2 years, but previously before that we haven't. Obviously, Arsenal have come out of the blocks great, so it's important to get off to a good start. It's going to be difficult for a lot of teams, especially the bigger teams who have had players that went deep into the Euros, so it'll take them a few weeks to get up to speed. But yeah, it's a tough start, but let's hope City get off to a good start.
We really are in uncharted territory as well in terms of the number of times that we've won the Premier League. Obviously, 4 in a row is the first time that anyone's ever done it. We're now going to be going into the new season thinking about 5 in a row, which just seems ridiculous to say it. But the mentality of this team, Steve, you know they're already going to be thinking about the 5.
Well, yeah, because you've got a manager that demands that. But it just goes to show, yeah, that there hasn't been... you know, when you've got a quality team and a quality squad, sometimes people sort of say, well, they haven't signed anybody. It's difficult to sign somebody because, you know, when you've got the best players, it's difficult to bring somebody in that's going to strengthen the team. Arsenal have made a couple of signings. Liverpool, I don't think, have made a signing yet. Obviously, you're looking at Chelsea, you're looking at 1 or 2 others. I still think it's going to be between possibly 2-3 teams.
Who have you got your eye on?
Well, Arsenal, I think it'll be up there. Obviously, City. And I just think Liverpool might do all right this season. I just think with a new manager, the way that you just see in the games, the way they've been playing, I think they're going to be dangerous. But it's a long season. And we all know with every team, there could be, you know, people have brilliant veins of form, people get injuries, and so it's a kind of a lottery at times. But when you've got players that's been there, seen it, done it for the last, you know, how many years? Yes, it's 4 in a row. But really, what is it, 6 and 7 years or something like that? It's absolutely ridiculous. So they know what it takes. The manager knows what it takes. So I think we're going to be in for a very eventful season again.
Oh, gosh. Well, at least we've had a bit of a break. At least us here, the fans, have had a little bit of a break to get ready for this season. Nicky, one final question for you. Can we do 5? Do you believe it?
Absolutely. I think Steve said that. I think Arsenal will be the closest challengers. But like I said, the manager demands it of the players demand it of each other. Once they've had the amount of success they've had, they're hungry for more and they want to win, and, you know, let's hope they can do the 5.
Absolutely, gosh almighty. Do you know what? It'll come round so quick when we're at the end of the season again and we're talking about that and we're thinking back to pre-season. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much, Nicky. Thank you all for watching Matchday Live tonight and across the pre-season tour. We've done 8 shows for you in the last 2 weeks, and all of them here in the UK have been crazy late and early times. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that's watched. I know for some of you around the world, these shows that have come for the first time for you at a really nice time. So welcome, and thank you everybody that's watched. Big shout out to the team here in the UK who have stayed up to really mad early hours to bring these shows to you. Thank you to FG, to Sean Wright and to Joleon, of course, who've been pitchside with us and eaten a lot, gone on roller coasters, had a lovely time, worn some questionable outfits, but we appreciate their time out there in America as well. So we will be back with you, first of all, tomorrow. City are doing a player unveiling for Silvinho and for Miedemar. That is from 2 o'clock. It's taking place at the club shop at the stadium. If you can't make it, we will be here. Alistair Mann and Big Steve will be talking you through everything that you need to know from that event. And then Matchday Live will be back with you from next Saturday for the Community Shield. I will be here in the studio. FG will be down at Wembley because we love working that man into the ground. And we'll be back with you then to head of City taking on United in the Community Shield. So thank you again for being with us throughout the pre-season tour. Let's finish the show today by having a look back at some of the best bits.
I'm going to give you a gift of a shirt that we've signed. Is that okay? Thank you very much. I'm going to keep this as well, as long as possible. All right, I'm not going to spend it.
Okay. Yeah, no. You remind me of somebody else. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying not to say the F word, but you definitely have that little Farquaad about you.
Like Cumberland sausage, that. You like Cumberland sausage? Cumberland sausage? No, never tried it. You haven't tried it? No. Josh, did you get one?